Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about my 2022 Model 3. Hey guys, welcome to the video. I just got my 2022 Model 3 long range. I ordered in December, got it at the end of May. It's been an amazing car. I feel like they're really getting good at giving a finished product. There's always some little things, but the fact that they have a process that they listen to you and they get it done it makes it so much easier. It really streamlines it. But today I wanted to get to the point and talk to you about how I charge my battery. I know at one point when I got my car, I was looking all over because I really wanted to keep the state of my car. You know, I spent a lot of money on this. It's a lot of value for me. I wanted to be able to use it for as many and as long as possible. And so I was looking all over the internet. I never found one specific spot to know how to charge my battery. So I hope that I could give you guys some gems here that I found from various videos. So it might save you a couple days, couple hours of just research. Feel free to adopt my methods. Feel free to let me know in the comments below how I can improve or if I'm doing something wrong. If you like the video, go ahead and like it and, you know, subscribe. Show the boy some love. I'm not here for all that, but in reality, I'm really here to give you guys good content and good information. I think, you know, the subscribing and the likes are tools. It lets me know, hey, you know, maybe I should create more videos. I will start to create more videos. I have just been plagued with imposter syndrome and procrastination. And so with your likes and subscriptions, it'll give me the motivation to keep going. And so anywho, typically I travel for my job, so I go to different locations. And when I travel to those locations, I've gotten really accustomed to figuring out how much battery I need. I found out that the battery for the long range likes to stay around 50%. That's its comfort zone. So anytime you're around 40, 50, 60, it's really good for the battery. When you're around 100 to 0, closer to those ranges, it puts a lot of strain on the cells. So the way I time it is, let's say I go to a location, charge it 75%. I get home, it's about 60. I go to my gym, I go run my errands. Then I come back home, it's around 55, sometimes it's 45. Right now it's at 45% and it's 6:30. So I know for an hour and a half, it can, without being plugged in, it can sit there and it's comfortable. And so that was the goal, is to find the juicy spot where it could be at 50% sitting on my driveway for just a little bit of time. Because in California, the rate is lower after 8 o'clock. So I want to just wait until 8 o'clock, but I want the battery to be in a comfortable state while it's waiting. So once it hits 8 o'clock, I could plug that in. And this is where the experiment that I tried, but I didn't like it, because again, I'm going to talk about, you know, the balance of sustainability and really picking and choosing the battles. Let's say my departure time is at 8 o'clock. I would lower the amperage so the battery finishes charging at 7 o'clock. I did this because I read that it's nice to have the battery charging and not at its full state or at a state where you need it to be the entire time. And so when I did that, I realized that there's an 85% efficiency as far as electricity going into the battery. And when I regularly did it at 25 amps, it was at 95%. And to me, I had to weigh that. The degradation, I'm doing a lot to save the degradation of the battery, but really, would that really make a difference? And I really believe that Tesla really took that into account. So when they say they have one of the most smartest battery technologies out there, top of the line, they definitely took that into account, where the battery is able to calibrate itself or do what it needs to run the main mechanisms to keep the battery safe. I tried that for a couple days, saw that it was 85% efficient, switched back to just plugging it in 25 amps. I have a 30 amp, but I put it to 25 not to put too much pressure on the board, and that gets me done. Let's say I plug in at 9, I'm done by 2 o'clock. The car's just sitting there doing what it has to do until I depart in the morning. As far as the aero wheels, I take them off. I only save them for trips over 90 miles. Reason being is because with the brakes, the dust is very abrasive, and so when you have the aero wheels attached to the rims, they rub and they leave little marks, and it gets to the point, again, you have to think in a sustainable standpoint, that the wheels begin to degrade and it doesn't really become the pleasing aesthetic that you bought the car for. Even though I really like how the aero wheels look on the car, if I had a choice, I would keep the aero wheels, but because the markings are really hindering my choice, I have to take them off. Before I go on a long trip, I'll take my car to a car wash. Number one, why? Because it's nice to have a clean car to get your trip going. Also, I heard the aerodynamics on the car is a little bit better. And when you put the aero wheels back on, you don't have that leftover brake, the brake dust that'll kind of cause marking. I've done this a few times. I go on a trip, come back, you know, wash the car, put the air wheels on, take them off as soon as I'm done, and there's literally no marks there. And even if there are, I take the rag and they come off. It's not, don't make the mistake I made. I came across this YouTube video at like 1,000 miles after I drove the car. I see what this guy is talking about. So I do have some little marks on my wheels, but it's really not noticeable. Had I waited a little bit longer, another 2,000 to 3,000 miles, they would have been there. So just keep that in mind. You know, do you want to ride with the air wheels? If you do, it's a commitment. You stick to it and your air wheels all the way. If you want to, hey, take them off, you have an event here or there, then I would say choose the air wheels only for long distance trip. I saw a lot of videos where people try to simulate the variables and all this stuff and run different type of experiment multiple times. You know, he comes to a conclusion of like 1 to 2%, and then some other guy does it, he comes to like 11%, and they're all in different environments, different locations. For me, that's the reason I got the long range. I got the long range to account for that, so that I could actually ride with my wheels and lose a little bit of efficiency, but still have enough to not worry about it. If you do drive a standard range, that is something that you should consider. Again, the air wheels look super fire on them, especially I got like a nice yellow caliper on my wheels, and then when you put the air wheels on there, it looks so like futuristic, like we are here, you know. Please let me know of more things that you'd like to see in this video or in future videos that I will post. I did have a BMW i3 which I sold it because I love the car, by the way. The range was very limited, but the fact it had a backup motor took away the range anxiety. I got more value for the car with 40,000 miles on it than I did when I first bought it. I loved that I had that experience of electric vehicle, not dealing with superchargers and dealing with regular chargers and their fast speed network, and then coming to a Tesla supercharging network and seeing what I have available. And so that was a great balance. But if you want to see me do some comparisons on that car and this car, I'll be more than happy. Just let me know. Until then, peace.